Welcome under a hot sweltering sky at SMU Sports Stadium. We are preparing to heat up the action with football's greats on Cooking with the Legends.
What happens when football legends like Tony Dorsett, Ed Too Tall Jones, Charles Haley, Bill Bates, Charlie Waters, Cliff Harris, Drew Pearson, Randy White, and Daryl Moose Johnston go from the gridiron to the grill. 3 teams of 2, 1 legend and 1 high bidder battle it out for gridiron grill supremacy, all in the name of charity. Market Street presents Cooking with the Legends, from the gridiron to the grill.
Welcome to Ford Stadium at SMU. It's time for our second episode of Cooking with the Legends. I'm Mark Followell with Dallas caterer Carol Farabee. Here are the contestants. It's Randy White getting things started, the recognizable face of the Manster, a member of Pro Football's Hall of Fame, a longtime Cowboy who is known for terrorizing opposing quarterbacks. Let's see if he can terrorize on the grill this afternoon. He certainly still has the intimidating look of a defensive lineman.
I don't doubt that for a minute. And teamed up with him today is His Honor, John F. Cook, who is the mayor of El Paso, Texas. When he's not enjoying cooking, he enjoys babysitting his grandchildren, all 8 of them, and playing the guitar. I wonder if we'll get to hear a little bit of that later.
Sporting his UTEP football road jersey, our second contestant this afternoon on Cooking with the Legends, a longtime Cowboy, Drew Pearson. Of course, probably should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a member of the 1970s All-Decade Team. And all Cowboy fans will remember that great afternoon in Minnesota when he caught the Hail Mary pass to lead the Cowboys to a memorable win over Minnesota.
Ah, yes. And teamed up with him today is Cheryl Hargrave. Cheryl Hargrave will be helping him out today. She is from Prosper, Texas, with 6 kids and 10 grandchildren. What is it with the kids today? She claims that her husband conned her into this. I'm not sure how that happened, but she looks like she's ready to go.
Yeah, definitely looks like she's enjoying the opportunity to get to work with Drew Pearson. She's a huge Cowboy fan. And, of course, so she will know who this is. Ed Too Tall Jones, a longtime Cowboy who played for 15 years with Cowboys, one of only 2 players to do so. A 3-time Pro Bowler. We talked about Randy White looking intimidating. Ed Jones looked like he's still in game shape also.
Oh, he's lost nothing. Teaming up with Ed Too Tall Jones is Daniel Witt. Now, Daniel enjoys lots of sports and was, in fact, the Hoop It Up champion in Dallas, Texas in 2001, and says he can pitch for the Rangers. I wonder.
When can we start?
All right, where's the crowd? Where's the cheers? Pump some music in here.
As we met last week, our referee who will monitor all the proceedings, he'll be the boss man this afternoon, Frank Garrett. And these 3 will have to come up with some great food to satisfy our judges. As you see, Too Tall with his game face on, studying all of the ingredients he'll have at his disposal. Those judges I mentioned, Janet Dorsett, Gant Bumstead, the co-president of Market Street. All the way from Longview, it's David McKinley, a roofing company manager, and John Tezar is the executive chef of the Rosewood Mansion on Turtle Creek. Our coach, Chris Wilson, the executive chef of Market Street.
Ladies and gentlemen,
where's that cedar plank?
Thank you for Cooking with the Legends. My name is Frank Garrett. I am your ref. All plays will start and stop on my whistle. When I blow the whistle, you will go to the table. You'll have 1 minute to choose what you will be cooking, 30 seconds to talk with your coach. The order in which you pick your food will be determined by the amount of Pro Bowls that you've played in. Okay?
Well, that's not good news for Drew and for Ed Too Tall Jones, because that's easily won by Randy White, an amazing 9 Pro Bowl appearances.
I want to know what the penalty. I did.
I played in the cereal bowl.
That's okay. That's okay, John. I played in a couple. You can have a
Yeah, Randy White played in the most Pro Bowls, so he and John Cook will pick their food first when we return to Cooking with the Legends. It's where the gridiron meets the grill. Cooking with the Legends. 3 Pro Football legends and 3 bidders ready to show us their stuff on the grill. First team to pick their food with only 1 minute to do it, Randy White and Mayor of El Paso, John Cook.
Yeah, these shrimp never seen gloves before.
I only been in 3, but I should have been in 18. I only played 11 years, but they still should have been 18.
Now, Drew Pearson talking up his career, but Randy White with the 9 Pro Bowls. That's why he gets to pick his food first.
Add some color to it.
Again, as you mentioned, he's letting John Cook, the mayor of El Paso, take the lead here.
Hey, he gonna barbecue something. He's a barbecue master. You know he's cheating.
Yeah, there's some cilantro in there. There's some flat leaf parsley. I think there's basil in there.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. And I think
Man, How many Pro
How many
Bowls he
people we
playing?
feeding?
38? Come on,
4
man.
portions?
4 portions?
Save something for us.
Uh-oh.
About time. Jeez.
Okay.
Flag
Time to
him.
discuss it with
Flag
the
him.
judge.
Nice, nice.
The flag has been thrown from our referee, Frank Garrett.
Take too
Now,
long,
John
man.
Cook doesn't realize here you've got 30 seconds to huddle up with the coach, Chris Wilson from Market Street. This flies by, this 30 seconds.
Okay, what are you thinking here?
What I'm
do you got?
planning on doing is I'm going to cook these shrimp on cedar plank, but I didn't see my
Okay,
cedar
we can
plank
get some
over
cedar
there.
planks for you. That'd be good.
And
That'd be
if I
nice.
have some aluminum, I'm going to wrap these garlic and cut them in half first.
Okay, okay.
I'm going to
You got
use
some?
the peppers for some.
Meanwhile, Too Tall Jones also showing some of his boxing moves. Remember that he left the Cowboys for a year trying to pursue a career in the ring. But this is about
So I'm gonna mix
what you can do on the grill in just a few seconds for Randy and John to talk to Chris.
And time is in fact up.
Time.
Next up will be Drew Pearson and Cheryl Hargrave making their selections.
Now, they need a little bit of a sense of urgency here, as we've talked about. That minute flies by. Looks like they're looking at a steak. They're going to zero in on one of those fillets from the get-go here.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to put it with maybe some shrimp and scallops as well. They're trying to select just the right cut and the right steaks. Those are beautiful to choose from. That nice cherry red look. That means they're very fresh.
Time.
My goodness, and just in time for that giant sweet potato. Or maybe it's a football, who knows?
I think it's a sweet potato, which is going to be interesting because you don't see that on the grill very often.
The sweet potato, we don't have a lot of time to cook it whole, so maybe we can slice it up, grill it, and then we can toss it with a little brown sugar, maybe a little spice in there, something like that. So we can start slicing that up and then just leave these whole and season them. And we'll start grilling them, okay?
Chop that up and go.
Time's up.
Okay.
Team Too Tall, you're up.
All right.
Remember, 1 minute to choose your item,
Got it.
30 seconds to discuss with the coach.
Unlike Drew and Cheryl, Ed Jones is wasting no time at all. A determined, purposeful strut to the table to start picking out the ingredients.
Absolutely. As he was eyeing it early on, he's already made his decision. He's going for that steak and some lovely lamb chops. We've not seen those used before. Tomato or
Knows what you think.
looks like a tomato to me. Perhaps an apple, some asparagus.
Look at him, just smiling. What do you think?
We got kids older than him. We'll just keep that in mind.
That is a problem.
No problem.
Okay, you got what you want? Great. Okay, let's huddle up here, guys. Let's huddle up. So what kind of flavors are you thinking here? Just
I like to really spice it up.
30 seconds, guys.
Put a flag.
pepper.
okay, okay, we can put some fresh herbs in there. Just
Right.
some lamb.
Come on.
Got
Come
some-
on.
They get a
We got mustard.
Come on, guys. Settle it down.
Come on, Eduardo.
On the bias, so we can kind of cut it and fan it out on the plate. Asparagus, this would be nice, and this would be nice if we cut it up and just grilled it in little olive oil, salt, and pepper, and garlic.
Sounds good.
I'll be able to help you on a bit.
Appreciate you.
All right. Finally. What you got, some hot dogs?
Let's get it on.
Don't listen to them.
Hot dogs and burgers?
Leave us alone.
So all of the contestants have now picked out their food. And we'll have more Cooking with the Legends when we return. They were legends on the pro football field. Now let's see what they can do on the barbecue grill. The three teams have picked out their food, and the preparation is underway. Let's first look at Randy White and his honor, the mayor of El Paso, John Cook. John seems to have a plan here as we see the menu, Carol. It's smoked pork chops and lemon garlic shrimp.
And it sounds wonderful. There they are wrapping up that wonderful garlic. And the caramelization effect, once you heat that up really good, is amazing. You can just put it on anything and I'm happy. Nice dry rub going on. It looks like perhaps maybe for the pork chops. And cleaning up those shrimp, of course, is a must. You don't want any little bits and pieces. A nice saute, beautiful colors. There with the bell pepper and all, and there are those chops. I'm living for those.
And the lemon juice, you said, would really freshen those up some.
It adds a top note. The brightness of the lemon is just a wonderful touch. Well, they're calling that part done. Let's see who's next. All right, Drew Pearson in the, it looks like the battle of the white wine vinegar. Trying to get that on opened and tenderizing that beef. That's a beautiful fillet. You don't need to do much tenderizing. Tenderizing quite a
What
bit.
about your vegetables?
You sound like you're concerned about that.
Perhaps a little. You can actually lose some moisture if you do more than just break down the fibers.
All right, doing all right with that cutting? Got any?
Is that all right?
Yep, that's good. That's good. Just watch your fingers. Yeah. If you use the back part of your knife, it might.
Whoa.
You gotta help me out here.
The knife skills for these guys are just not what you expect to see.
No, oddly enough, you know, I think it's the big hands, maybe.
Well, Drew Pearson and Cheryl Hargrave are working on some sweet potatoes here. That, to me, really is the wild card of what they're doing. I love sweet potatoes. You get something sweet, honey, maple brown sugar, maple syrup, anything like that, and a little spice with cayenne pepper there, too.
Absolutely. Should be really good, really remarkable on the plate.
Good chef make a big mess.
Again, they're tossing those with a little oil so they don't stick. Well, obviously they didn't stick. Fumbled right off the edge of that.
And there was a glaze. There was a sweet glaze, it looked like.
It looks like it. The thickness does show some brown sugar, it looks like.
The menu plan for Too Tall Jones and Daniel Witt, it's mesquite grilled steak along with lamb chops and grilled tomatoes and applewood cheddar cheese. Interesting menu plan here for Too Tall Jones.
Right, and it looks like going straight for, after a nice dry rub on the steaks, getting those tomatoes prepped, and very impressive work with Ed Too Tall Jones and those big hands wielding a knife rather well. A little light seasoning there on the tomatoes, and I think we saw on the menu that they are going with the applewood cheddar cheese to go atop the tomatoes, so that should make a wonderful creamy contrast to the meats that they're serving along with it.
We saw a little bit of asparagus in there, and I recall that Daniel Witt said that was one of his favorite things to grill, but he's not going to grill very much of it.
Not much at all, and that's the tomato with the applewood cheese on top. That looks fabulous, very interesting.
And in contrast to John Cook and Randy White, Ed Too Tall Jones really seemed to have the plan for that group, didn't he?
He did indeed. Very focused. And looking at Randy and John with their beautiful medley of vegetables, I have to hand it to them. They really had the eye for the color there. And there's our cedar plank. Nice little flame going there. That's how we get that wonderful sweet smoke.
The fire department's not going to get mad about that.
Apparently not. I think we're safe. And those gorgeous grill marks.
I love grill marks.
You only have to do them on one side. That's what a lot of people don't know. You don't have to, just the show side.
That's smelling
You gotta
good.
be over here, bro. Look at this. Look at Randy White or something, man.
Steaks and lamb chops that Too Tall Jones and Daniel Witt are preparing look great. Some Del Monte ketchup would look good on those things, I bet. Now, that was interesting, that little technique, flipping them on the side. I guess that's to get grill marks or seal in juices or something like that?
I would say both of the above.
All right, they'll put the finishing touches on their meals and serve it up to the judges. We return on Cooking with the Legends. It's Cooking with the Legends. From the gridiron to the grill, Randy White, Ed Too Tall Jones, and Drew Pearson have led the teams today, and they are just about out of time here at Ford Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, time's up. It's time to plate up and see the judges.
Take what off, you say?
Okay, now last week our contestants Charlie Waters, Cliff Harris, and Tony Dorsett really took this aspect of it very seriously, the plating and presentation portion.
Right, this has come a long way with the advent of all the cooking shows on TV. It is very important.